All right. Good morning. Good day. This is Paul talking from Candle Charts. Hope everybody's doing great. Today is a Nison candle scanning information session, meaning I'm going to be answering your questions. I did get a whole bunch of questions that came in after we sent out the notification that we're going to have the session, so I will answer those. For those of you that are in the room, by all means, type in your questions as well. I'd be more than happy to answer anything that you have about Nison Candle Scanner. Um, Quick background, Nison Candle Scanner is software that we've been using here for over 12 years now. I believe, the first beta tester of the software back 12 plus years ago. It currently works on a few different platforms. It works right here. You can see on your screen on the NinjaTrader platform, which is by far the most popular from our students. It also works on TradeStation. It also works on Trade Navigator. We have a different version of our software called Nison Candle Highlighter, which works on MT4 and eSignal. So for those of you in the room, the session is designed to answer your questions. So if you have a question, I will encourage you to type it in. I will go through some things first on the questions that I received that we want to answer, that we get questions on quite often. So first, when you own Nison Candle Scanner, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this up. This is my account inside of candlechartsacademy.com. So when you own Nison Candle Scanner for the NinjaTrader and you log into your account, this is what you're going to have access to. Okay? Notice it. I'll just say this one time. You need to scroll down to see everything. A lot of times people just see this and they think that that's all there is. There's a lot more information down below, and I'll go over in detail what it is. The top part is how to actually do the installation process. So we give you a video guide and a PDF that literally walks you through how to download and install the whole process. So you're going to download NinjaTrader 8. And then after you do that, you would download either the NCS Pro or the Pro SE. This is where your license key would be. Don't worry, that's a fake number. And then below that, we have a best practice video of over an hour long. And I tell this to people all the time. When you buy Candle Scanner, watch that video. And most people don't. And I don't know why. This is powerful software that will be able to find money for you. I don't know how else to say that easily. But the best practice video is literally best practices that we've gotten from our team and our students. So take advantage of that, and it'll show you little tips and tricks that you're going to want to be able to utilize. Below that, we have a trade setup template. And then down here, we have videos, strategy videos of how we actually use Candle Scanner. Doesn't mean that you need to actually do it yourself. You know, you don't need to follow what we do, but these are ideas. Okay, this is what we actually do. This bouncing ball video right here, an hour and 11 minutes, it's what I actually do myself. The blast off trade and power windows, these are short videos like Steve did on trades that he does himself. We have a bonus training. We have an overview of the 28 different candle patterns. We show you how to set up for international indexes. If you have a Mac and you want to install on a Mac, we give you Mac installation, and we have a quick reference guide showing you what each of the 28 different candle patterns will look like on the software. Okay. Again, for those of you in the room, this is a great time to ask questions. So when you purchase Candle Scanner, you get everything that you need. We give you the NinjaTrader platform. We give you instructions on how to download and install it. We give you instructions how to install the Candle Scanner. And then this is what it will look like on your screen. Let me explain what we have going on here. First, at the bottom of the screen, I have a basic volume indicator. I like looking at volume. Then in the middle screen, the red and green candles, and you'll notice, I'll put my spotlight on, you'll notice above and below certain candle patterns, you'll see a plus H or plus E or plus SH, or up here a minus W or a minus S. Those are abbreviations for different candle patterns. This is the Nison Candle Scanner highlighting version, meaning we are highlighting candle patterns in real time. So you can look at any time frame. Notice up here I have it, this is on a daily chart. Markets are closed right now. But I can easily switch to a 1 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute, monthly chart. You name it, we can change to whatever time frame. Also on my chart, I have Bollinger Bands. Notice I have dotted black upper line, dotted black lower line. Those are my Bollinger Bands. And the yellow line in the middle is just the midpoint of those Bollinger Bands. Okay? So this is Nison Candle Scanner. You can add whatever indicators you like. So if I click on my screen, for example, I left click on indicators, and you'll see a list of available indicators. Look at all of these different available indicators that you can add onto your screen. Notice what I have in the configured section. Like I said, I have Nison Candle Scanner, I have Bollinger Bands, and I have my volume indicator. Those are the indicators that I have on my screen, but I can easily add more, remove any. I can move them up and down. I can do whatever I'd like to do. Hopefully, this is all making sense. I haven't seen a question from anybody in the room yet. Feel free to do so. So it's really simple as far as getting it set up and going. The Nison Candle Scanner is a tool. It's an indicator. It is not going to provide you with buying sell signals. What it's going to do is find, identify, highlight, scan, and alert you to 28 different candle patterns. Okay? And those 28 candle patterns, as you can see on my screen, are all highlighted with either a blue bullish signal underneath or a red signal above if they are bearish indicators. Example, here's a minus W with a red arrow down. This is a falling window. Okay, if you're not sure what different candle patterns are, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn off my crosshairs. What I can do, I can go into my indicators. I'm going to show you this just so that you know. I can go into my Nison Candle Scanner and I can turn off the abbreviations by unchecking that box. I hit apply and OK. And notice what I have now. Instead of the plus H, it now will actually say hammer or bull sash or bullish engulfing or falling window or any of the candle patterns that I want. So because I've been using this for quite some time, I don't necessarily need the names all written out. So what I'm going to do for right now is I'm just going to go back into my indicators, go into Nison Candle Scanner. I'm going to turn the abbreviations back on, hit apply and OK, and I'm back to my abbreviations. Everybody's different. I will tell you right now that when people first buy Candle Scanner, we always recommend to have the full name of the candle pattern on the screen. And then as you get more and more comfortable with the software and candles in general, most people will tend to start moving towards the abbreviations. But if you're not sure, you forget what a plus H means, for example. If you click on that, notice what I have down here in the bottom left of the screen. Put my spotlight on over here. I clicked on that plus H, and it shows me what that pattern is. It shows me that that is a actual hammer, okay? If I undo the spotlight, and let's say I'm really not sure what a plus SH is, down here, bull sash, okay? I'm not really sure what a minus W is, falling window. So you don't need to have the full name on the screen if you don't want. You can if you want. This is all customizable. Realize a couple of things. When you first buy Candle Scanner, it's like anything else. You're new to it. You're not going to be an expert at it on day one. The more you use it, the more of these types of sessions that you come to, the more you watch that best practice video and strategy videos that we provide for you, the easier and more powerful the software will become. You can scan, and I'll show you a market analyzer where we do our actual scanning. You can scan for anything that you want. So if you know you like rising windows or falling windows or bullish engulfing patterns or whatever, in whatever markets that you're looking for, you can scan for them on whatever time frame and whatever watch list that you want. Okay? So the questions that I received so far is, A, how do I download and install it? I've already showed you that. How do I actually get resources? How do I find my license key when I need to install? All of that's inside of your account online. I showed you what it looks like. This is highlighting. My next step and most people, my favorite part of the software is the scanning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my market analyzer. This is done through NinjaTrader. Okay, remember, this is the NinjaTrader platform. So the market analyzer is a scanning function from NinjaTrader, but because I have the Nison candle scanner as an indicator, I can now scan my markets for whatever criteria I want. This is a simple scan that I have going every single day. This is for the S&P 500, right? So list all the 500 stocks of the S&P 500. This is for yesterday. Obviously, today's Saturday, so the market is closed right now. But this happens in real time. So as a candle pattern is forming or formed during the day yesterday, I was getting these alerts telling me, hey, here's a piercing pattern, here's a bull sash, here's a falling window, here's a whatever. And that will change in real time. So if something starts out as a falling window at the beginning of the day, and 20 minutes later, it's no longer a falling window on that daily chart, it would not say falling window. Okay? It will stay a falling window as long as it is actually a falling window. So notice this is all the 500 stocks. Now, this is a simple scan. It took me about 20 seconds to set it up, and it finds them for me. But I can change that scan to whatever criteria I'm looking for. If I only want to find windows, I can scan simply for windows. If I want to scan for hammers on 10-minute charts on the stocks of the NASDAQ 100, I can do that too. If I'm in India and I want to scan all the stocks in the Nifty, I can do that. If I'm in Australia, same idea. If I'm trading Forex or Bitcoin or cryptos in general, or futures or commodities, it can all work. So there is no limit on what you can scan for. The only limit is what you're going to limit yourself to do by not coming up with new ideas, new strategies, new ways to identify trade entries and exits. So a lot of people use this to enter a trade, which is fantastic, but not enough people utilize it to exit a trade. Meaning, let's say you're in 5 different positions right now. Let's say you're in 5 long positions. And you want to know if there is any reason to be worried about your long position. So you want to know if there is a bearish engulfing or a falling window, or if there is a shooting star, for example, on 5 or 10 or 15-minute charts. You can set up a scan specifically for that. So let me explain that a little bit more detail. A lot of people use this to find an entry. And I will tell you right now, because I've been dealing with traders for a long time, the most successful traders that I know are people that know how to exit positions. They utilize this software to help find reasons, actual reasons to exit a position. Okay, and I see a couple questions coming in. I'll get to those just in a minute. So there is no limit to what you can scan for. You can scan for as many columns as you want here. You can add more columns. You can have one column for bullish signals, one column for bearish. You can have one column for a 5-minute chart and one column for a 20-minute chart. There is no limit. Okay, so when people say the software, what's the success ratio of the software? Well, we cannot answer that question for you because it all is dependent on your capability of utilizing it. The software will identify candle patterns absolutely accurately as defined by Steve Nison himself. The software is completely accurate. We've back tested this thing for well over a decade to ensure it's accurate, correct. What you do with that information is going to be up to you. Okay, the analogy I like to give here is there's the same amount of oxygen in the air for everyone. Why is it then that an Olympic level athlete can utilize that oxygen at a better rate? Well, they have what's called VO2 max. I happen to know a little bit about that. And when they have a higher VO2 max, they can utilize more oxygen. Does that make them a better athlete? Potentially. If you check VO2 max of Olympic level athletes compared to an average person, typically an Olympic level athlete will be able to utilize that oxygen at a better rate. I'm not trying to get into a medical discussion here, but what I am trying to tell you is the software is accurate. What you do with it is going to be up to you. Okay? So I see a couple questions. Jason, is this applicable to options as well? Absolutely. I would say a very big percentage of our users are using this to trade options. Shirley, hey Shirley, how you doing? Shirley's asking, can you do scanners on Trade Navigator? Absolutely, you can. Okay, and I know that you have the Trade Navigator platform now, and you can do the same things. It's going to be a different system. You don't have Market Analyzer inside of Trade Navigator, but absolutely you can do the exact same scans in Trade Navigator with Candle Scanner as you can do here. It will look different. The setup is different because of a different platform, but yes, you can do the exact same concept. Okay, so let me show you an example of how I use this. And again, if you have questions, by all means, type them in. So I was looking through the charts. I looked yesterday at the Market Analyzer. This is just, again, the S&P 500 finding all my different candle patterns. I want to know on a daily chart what's going on in different markets. Notice this red block right here. It's called Instrument Link. I also have a red block here on my chart. So that means I linked my Market Analyzer to my chart. When I click on one of these, I get to pull up that specific chart on the daily time frame. I randomly yesterday clicked on CMI because it had a bull sash. Those of you in the room right now, does everybody know what a bull sash is? I'd like to get a little bit of feedback from you guys just so I know who's in the room right now. If you know what a bull sash is, could you type a Y or a yes? If you do not know what a bull sash is, just type N or no. If you could do that for me, that would be great. There you go. I got a no, I got a yes, I got a no. Okay. So bull sashes, to me, are very powerful. Okay. And thank you for those that actually hit yes or no. That's helpful. A bull sash, as you can see here, remember, this happened yesterday on Friday on a daily chart. Notice the plus SH here, right? In the bottom left, it shows me a bull sash. The abbreviation is a plus SH. A bull sash is essentially telling you that the bulls have taken control. But unlike other candle patterns like a bullish engulfing or a hammer or other things like that, a bull sash does not need to have a preceding trend. Okay, meaning a bullish engulfing has to happen in the right shape and it has to happen after a downtrend. A bull sash is trend irrelevant, meaning it could be a downtrend, an uptrend, or a sideways trend. But the good thing about a sash, and there's also, obviously, if there's a bull sash, there will also be a bear sash pattern. It's identifying who's in control. Who has taken control? And notice what happened on this chart the last few days. It was roughly a sideways market, okay? But yesterday, a bull sash happened. Now, the day before, if you can see right here, there was a bear sash. Minus SH, a little tough to see, but right there, yes, on Thursday. But what did we get? We got a little breakout of this box range yesterday. Okay? And if you really look, I'm going to just put on my drawing tools, which are phenomenal inside of NinjaTrader. I'm just going to draw that line right there. Anybody know why I drew that line where I did? This is where I start asking for class participation. Anybody know why I would draw that line there? Don't be shy, it's okay. I feel like I'm in third grade class teacher and nobody wants to answer. Okay. Thank you, Kaz. Support and resistance. I drew that line there because that was a rising window. Thank you, Kaz. Rising window creates a support line. What did we get? A few candles, or more than a few, but multiple candles later, a retest of that support line which held. If I go back in time, I noticed that it was a little bit of resistance, a little bit of resistance, resistance, resistance. Okay, and I can go back further and notice it was in the general area. Okay, so I like when I enter a trade, I want to know where my support and where my resistance is. I can utilize the candle scanner, find that window. I would not have seen that window there if it wasn't for the software. I could have if I really sat there and I examined it and the whole thing, but it saved me time. There's my support. Now, where's my resistance? Anybody want to tell me? On this chart, anybody wanted to let me know where resistance would be? And again, I'm just looking for a little fun Saturday morning here for me. Anybody? All right. I'm not getting anybody else that wants to participate, so I'll just write it in. Take a look here. That recent high, now, usually a support and resistance, we like to go with a zone rather than just a line. So we're going to look at the close and the high of prior high. So notice, where did we get to yesterday? Steve would call this a falling off the roof. We got above the line, the area could not close above it. Okay, so do I want to enter a long position here with a bull sash, knowing my support is down here, my resistance is just above? Is that a good risk reward ratio? Probably not. Okay, so there are multiple ways that this software will allow you to take your candle education and apply it. Okay, that's really what this is. This is an application tool for those that have candle education. If you understand candles, this software will be phenomenal for you. People that try to buy the software first and don't understand candles, not a great idea. I usually, whenever I talk to somebody, they're like, hey, can I buy your software? Of course you can. And my next question is, tell me your level of knowledge of candles. And if they tell me that they don't know anything about candles, I encourage them strongly to get education first, then look at what the software can do. But what the software did was identify a potential opportunity because of the bull sash. Excuse me. But because of my candle knowledge, I did not enter the trade because support and resistance allowed me to identify my risk reward ratio. Hopefully that makes sense. So what do? I go back to my market analyzer and I look for other potential setups. Now, again, this is a daily chart. This is for all candle patterns, but you can set this up whatever way you want. If you wanted an intraday scan where you're looking for things, you absolutely can. I'll just show you, not off the market analyzer, but I like trading SPY. This is a daily chart. I'm going to flip to a 10-minute chart of SPY. Okay. Notice, I mean, this is a very good moving market. For those of you that like to trade the S&P, this is a fantastic way to do it. I think it was Jason asked if applicable to options. I do this almost every day, Jason. Trade the S&P, the SPY off a 10-minute chart with options. Both buying calls, buying puts. Sometimes in the same day, I could buy a call, sell it, buy a put, sell it, buy another call, sell it. Okay? That's one example. You got it, Jason. So I think that the software, if you just look at SPY on the 10-minute chart, will identify entry and exit signals all day long for you. Okay? This is a 10-minute chart. Remember, candles will work on any time frame. Candle scanner will work on all time frames in all markets. And again, we have students in 85 countries using this. So I always get the question, does it work in India? Yes, it does. You just need to have an Indian data feed for your markets flowing into NinjaTrader. It's like fuel in a gas tank, right, Shirley? We've talked about this. Um, if you have fuel in your car will be able to move. If you don't have any fuel in your car, the engine will not work. NinjaTrader is an engine. Market data is the fuel. NinjaTrader provides you with free end-of-day data through a company called Kinetic. However, there are multiple ways to get live data. Right now, you're looking at my chart. I utilize TD Ameritrade, which provides free real-time data into NinjaTrader. All right, I just got a couple of questions. People asked, how can they purchase this? I'm putting the link up. For those of you that are interested in purchasing Candle Scanner, I just put the link. It's candlecharts.com/NCS. Real quick, we offer that in a monthly, an annual, and a lifetime plan where you can choose whatever works best for you. Obviously, the lifetime is going to give you the best value over time. And realize in a month, strong software. But again, let me just reiterate, no one is an expert of using a new piece of technology in the first day, the first week, the first month. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Okay? So I put the link in there. We do have an offer to save additional money if you went with the lifetime plan. Additional money. You're already saving by doing the lifetime compared to what the monthly or the annual would be. But by going the lifetime, we're also offering you a limited time discount of 15% off. So I showed you scanning. I showed you a recent example of what the scanning software identified for me, and then I utilized my candle knowledge to say, hey, I'm not going to enter or exit that trade based on what I saw. But the scan can set up anything and everything that you're looking for. If you like bull sashes, you can have a scan just for bull sashes. If you like piercing patterns or engulfings or windows or hammers or you name it, you can scan for each and everything. And if you don't want to scan the S&P 500, but you want to scan the NASDAQ 100 or the Dow 30 or a watch list that you create yourself, Steve does that a lot. He has a watch list of ETFs that he will scan just the ETFs because he likes trading those and the options off of them. So you can set up whatever you'd like as far as what you want to scan for. Now, a little bit more advanced, and I didn't really want to touch on it today, you can scan for multiple things, not just candles. You can scan for a moving average crossover and a candle pattern simultaneously. So let's say you're looking for a bullish move, you want to see a bullish candle, but you want to see a moving average cross, 20 moving above the 50, for example. You can set that up in the scan. So there's really no limit to what the software can do, but it's powerful and it will find what you want. Now, the one main thing here is we don't want you to do well in one trade. That's not what we're here for. We want you to do well in trading career for a long, long time. So if you find a trade setup that works for you, you want to be able to repeat it over and over and over again. Okay? Hey, I see Doug's here. Doug just reminded me by seeing your name, that thing that you posted, I think it was in this, or that you were talking to Brian about, right, with the small group coaching program, that you saw a great trade. I think it was on the S&P, right, Doug? I think it's what, yeah, there you go. And Doug found a trade. So it's great. And I think Doug's one issue, that one trade was, oh, it was CVS. Okay, thanks, Doug. I think Doug's comment was he wishes he had done more contracts, right, Doug? And there's nothing wrong with that. I would rather, you still do. I would always rather wishing that you had done more of something rather than wishing I never did that trade, right? Because usually when people stay, man, I wish I never got into that one trade. Usually it's a bad move and with a loss. Now, there's always ways to improve, right? There's always ways to get better at trading. And there's always going to be a time when you wish you had done more of something or less of something else. But what the software can do for you is identify opportunities, and then it's going to be up to you. Okay? So the link is there, candlecharts.com/NCS, for those of you that need to purchase it. If you don't already have it, I strongly encourage you to do so. Our team is fantastic with helping you out. I've been using it myself. Every chat agent that we have here that I hire are NCS users for at least 3 years. So anytime you have a question, you can do a chat, you can send in an email, you can call. If you need tech support, we've got tech support available for you. If there are any other questions, I'd be happy to answer those from those of you in the room right now. Other than that, I answered the question, or I think I answered the questions that did come in. For anybody in the room right now, do you have any other questions that I can help you out with? All right, question was, can I order? Yep, you can order Candle Scanner right now. At that link I put in there, candlecharts.com/NCS. There is the coupon code right on that main page that will help you get savings off of the lifetime. That coupon code does not work on the monthly or the annual. It only works off of the lifetime. All right, I don't see any other questions. So if you do have a question and you're watching this via recording, send me an email, paul@candlecharts.com, or you can do a chat with any of our chat agents. But no matter if you already own it or if you're about to own it, powerful software with no limit as far as finding opportunities, helping you stay away from bad opportunities, and really just look for consistent profits as you trade. Shirley, you're very welcome. And I know, Shirley, that you have the Trade Navigator version. Today was designed specifically for the Ninja version. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, and hopefully we can help you be even more profitable in your trading investing. Bye now.